Hey besties, welcome back to the channel. So in my last video, I asked if there was anything you guys would like me to cover about the Haessom couple, and one of you came through with an interesting suggestion. A big shout out to Nushinanjum4654 for asking for an analysis of this specific moment between Hae-in and So-min from the Melon interview, where they read their characters' diaries from Love Next Door. Now looking into this moment again, I noticed that there was a lot of romantic tension between them. So here's what happened. Hae-in was reading his character Choi Sung-hyo's diary, where Sung-hyo's basically losing his mind because he's realizing he's in love with So-kryu. Now here are the things that I noticed that made me feel like this wasn't just another Sung-hyo and So-kryu moment, but also Hae-in and So-min. First of all, they couldn't make eye contact while talking about this. When Hae-in asked So-min, "So what should I do? Why did you suddenly return to Korea and make people miserable?" He was looking at her with those honey-dripping eyes of his. And So-min was just smiling shyly, avoiding eye contact with him. When she started talking, she looked at him, and then it was Hae-in's turn to look away. And that's how they were doing it. When one is looking, the other one looks away. They couldn't hold eye contact with each other. But when they were talking about boys and girls being friends, they were able to look at each other in the eye quite well. Avoiding eye contact is often a sign of nervousness or vulnerability, which could imply that they were discussing something that hits closer to home than just their characters' feelings. The fact that they were able to maintain eye contact while debating more neutral topics like whether boys and girls can be friends supports this idea. Emotional topics may be more difficult for them to confront head-on, especially if they're hinting at personal feelings. Now another moment that caught my attention here was when So-min asked Hae-in, "Can you hold back that feeling?" Hae-in instantly raised his head up and smiled. It was like he was put on the spot, like he forgot for a second that it was about Sung-hyo. I feel like if So-min didn't immediately follow up with, "If you can't, it's better to just talk it out," we probably would have gotten an awkward confession from Hae-in. He always mixes things up like this. Remember during the press conference when they asked about heart-fluttering moments, referring to the characters in the drama? He started talking about himself, and shy So-min, who wanted to avoid talking about it, was like, "I think they're talking about the characters." Also, in that other interview where they were asked if they've ever acted a character that falls in love at first sight, he started talking about how he doesn't believe in love at first sight, and So-min again corrected him. I think he easily mixes these things up because he's already in love. After all, he said his synchronization rate with Choi Sung-hyo is 99%, and So-min is the only one who can fill the 1%. Alright, now back to the Melon interview. Another thing that caught my attention was when Hae-in said, "I'll tell you freshly and firmly." It felt like he meant it for himself, not Sung-hyo, and So-min knew it too. She couldn't look at his direction at all. She was just smiling shyly, looking down, saying, "Okay." Then lastly, Hae-in thanked her. Like, why is he thanking her? Even So-min was confused. Like, why are you thanking me all of a sudden? He clearly took it personally. I just love these two. They obviously are in love. They're like high school kids falling in love. The pure kind of love. So beautiful to watch them together. Alright besties, that's it for today. Let me know if there's any other Haessom moment you'd like me to dive into. I'm always open to investigating those romantic mysteries. Until next time.